Hi there, and welcome to another edition of Hashtag Trending with me, Samson Seas. In this episode, we will take a look online at the stories that have got you talking, and we'll see which hashtags have got you clicking and sharing. So, give those thumbs a rest for now, and let's crack on with the first story in the show. Now, our first thing takes us to Syria, where the Syrian army has liberated the city of Aleppo from the hands of NATO-backed terrorist forces. Thousands of vehicles took to the streets in jubilation, with car horns sounding and people shouting for joy. Groups also gathered to sing and dance whilst waving the Syrian flag in victory. So, let's have a look at some of the comments being shared on social media. It looks as though people are over the moon at the news. Now on Twitter we have Sarah Abdullah saying, "Beautiful news out of Syria. Syrians are out in the streets to celebrate the Syrian army liberating the entirety of Aleppo, freeing the last remaining pockets of the city that were still occupied by Al-Qaeda. Something that we won't see on the likes of CNN or the BBC." Now on YouTube, Buck says, "This is heartwarming. I wish all these people well. Drive the US and their terrorists out, not only from Syria, but from the entire region. Go SAA." On Facebook, Landella comments, "With almost 11,000 dead soldiers and more than 66,000 injured, finally the Syrian Arab army waves its flags in 95% of the region. Congratulations." And now, over to Yemen, where the Yemeni army forces have downed a Saudi Tornado fighter jet in Al-Jaf in retaliation to the ongoing onslaught against their conflict-stricken country. And what did the Saudis do in response? They targeted the region again, and this time their airstrikes killed more than 30 civilians.
شدد يا الله. الآن لحظة إحراق الطائرة من نوع تورنيدو في أجواء الجو. يا رب طيرة الحين.
في حطام الطائرة هنا سقطت الطائرة. طائرة وصل عدوان السعودية الأمريكي.
The shooting down of the fighter jet certainly left a smouldering mess, so let's see what you had to say about it online. On Twitter we have Joseph saying, "Keep fighting the good fight, plus Saudi Arabia's wealth and power is being depleted by a Houthi army that is poor in wealth but rich in spirit. Yemen will have its day." Now, next one is from a YouTube user called Saad saying, "Just remind me what percentage of Yemeni civilian deaths have been due to Saudi airstrikes. Is it 60%? It is actually, we checked it. Now on Twitter again, we have NRC commenting, "While Yemeni civilians are looking for peace, the current violence is threatening to tilt the country towards a major escalation. Aid organizations in Yemen believe that Yemen needs a political solution to end the violence and suffering once and for all." And the comments just keep on coming. Rapley on Twitter says, "Saudi ships accused of carrying weapons bound for Yemen docks in Bilbao." And we have a clip for this one. See that? Now, on YouTube, we have Elizabeth saying, "The world is trying to find a cure to coronavirus. Meanwhile, war continues to bring death to many people who are not infected with the disease." Well, speaking of corona, the virus has caused an international alert as it spreads across the world, affecting travelers and impacting businesses. The first fatal case of the virus has hit the shores of Europe in France, where a patient has died. Meanwhile, 2,500 new cases of the illness has hit China.
J'ai été informé hier soir du décès du patient de 80 ans qui était hospitalisé à l'hôpital Bichat depuis le 25 janvier dernier et qui était atteint donc d'une infection pulmonaire par le coronavirus. Ce patient...
Crossing over to Lebanon, the late great Lieutenant General Qasem Soleimani has been honored with a statue of the great commander in Muron al-Ras, overlooking Gilali. Crowds gathered to see the unveiling of the statue to the sound of parade music. The recognition comes just 6 weeks after the assassination of General Soleimani by the US. Well, let's take a look at what you have all been saying about this. Said on Twitter says, well, I think pretty soon, not more than 2 years, Zionist and Moroccan 4-star generals are going to take the ambient temperature challenge. Qasem Soleimani isn't dead. Qasem Soleimani is not a person. It's a way of life. Also on Twitter, we have May Chiriak, who is a minister and journalist in Lebanon. She says, are we in Lebanon or Iran? Unveiling a statue of Soleimani and naming an avenue after Khomeini proves that Hezbollah is an arm for the Iranian Revolutionary Guards and a subsidiary of Vilayat Faqih. Why alter the face of Lebanon and smear it with regional turmoil? Where's our sovereignty? Now, replying to this is Ali saying, Dear May, I am willing to bet on my life that Soleimani, an Iranian general, has spent more time in Muron al-Ras, South Lebanon, where this statue is erected, and personally knows more southerners than you, a former Lebanese minister, ever bothered to spend or know in your entire life. Now, onto a lighter topic hitting the news right here in Iran. A 9-year-old boy has taken to the wheel as an off-road 4x4 driver. As he hits the rugged terrain, he proudly states that his grandfather taught him everything he knows. I hope he's fastened his seatbelt. Let's take a look. And finally, a little further away from home, in fact, on another planet, NASA has captured a rare moment on Mars in which a monster-sized dust devil has been seen dancing across the plains of the red planet. At an estimated 50 meters wide, that sure is a whopper. Well, that's it for another edition of Hashtag Trending here on Press TV. Don't forget, you can find us on all the usual online sources. Just check out our very own Hashtag Trending, and if you want to share any stories that interest you, we'd be happy to hear it from you. Until next time, I've been Samson Sees. See you soon.